Yeah, good morning, and back on Mark's railway trails. And if you're wondering where I am this morning, we're on the last part of the journey on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. What you're looking at now, you might just think it's a brick wall on both sides, but this used to be where the new houses are there now. Used to be Clockface station, just there. And there's a new housing estate there now, unfortunately. If I flip my camera around, and you'll see all the building yards here, and if I flip my camera right up, you can see right over there, that's where the line picked up going into St Helens, on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap, and that's the one we did last week, going all the way from town up to Baxter's Lane. And then we've done the other walk heading through Sutton, where the railway ran over the railway, the first in the world. And that brings us to here, Clockface Bridge. It's not much of a bridge now because there's nothing underneath it. But if you look over there, there's the Clockface Hotel. And if you go past the Clockface Hotel, the big building on the right, you'll see like a car park and then another building. And then a small building next to it used to be Clockface Crisps, and they always had the picture of the dial on the crisps, and they're really good crisps looking back. Probably not very healthy, but Clockface Crisps used to be there. But where I'm going to take you this morning, I'm going to take you right down onto the the last part of the journey, really. I'm out on the mountain bike today because we're going to be covering a few miles, and you've got to watch this stretch here because they all fly up down this road. But there you go, there's the Clockface Hotel. I'll show you where Clock Station Bridge was. As we're coming over now, it was Clockface Bridge. As you can see, they've built all new houses across there now, and that's where you would have come along the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. Now there's horse stables behind there, and I went down there this morning, and saying it's private land down the walkway. I don't think it is. On my map it's a public walkway, but you can see why they don't want people down here, because you've got horses and things. You don't want people videoing, so I understand that. And a nice lady, and you got to respect that they've got, like I say, horses and things and stables, and you just don't know, you know, coming down them tracks videoing, are they going to come back and pinch something? You don't know. But before I get back on the bike, I'm going to show you where the housing estate was built. These are all new houses down here. I know this will be a bit boring until we get onto the better bits, but I've got to show you these. Again, this is a new estate that's been built. And we're kind of going down the back of it now. Yeah, you can't even, that's all been filled in now. But if you look there, there's the Clockface Hotel. This is where the line would have come down along here and straight down here. We'll walk it because I think you can get, memory serves me right. Now when we did the first railway over a railway bridge at Sutton, this is where it connected up to. And there you go, there's the Clockface Bar and Restaurant. Massive beer garden in there. Massive beer garden. But yeah, the lady at the stables, she come on the bounce really at first, and you know, I always kind of speak politely and apologise, I didn't realise, and you know, she changed her attitude then. She was dead nice. So, you know, some of these walks you go on, you know, people walking around with a camera. You can understand, especially if you think if it is private land, but I don't think that was private land. I think that was they're using it for the horses, and I remember somebody writing about that, saying that she took a public walkway over, so it's a bit of a grey area. But Sunday mornings when you're on the trail, you know, you don't want confrontation, and she wished us all the best and hope we find it. And she's told me another way you could get to it, but I've done that before. But there you go. I'm not going to go right down at the end, but if you see right at the end there now where the big green gate is, I'll just flip my camera around. This is where the line would have come all the way from Sutton, and this leads up to Bold, which I'm going to keep this camera running now. I just wanted to show you that because that's important, where it brings you out, and just to show you where it ran from. As you can see, Clockface Hotel in the corner. I'm going to get back on the bike now, and it's videoing and cycling with one hand. It takes a bit of skill. And yes, Andrew, it is hands-free. I've got my hand free with my phone. I've come on the bike this morning because what a lovely Sunday morning to get out, and when you're covering miles, your bike just saves so much, and you can still see as much. But I tell you what, this is probably the third time I've been out on my bike since last year. And there you go, that would have been onto the Clockface Bridge. Yeah, it's probably the second, third time I've been out on my bike, and you don't realise how unfit you are because you do a lot of walks and things, and you think you're quite fit, and then you get out on your bike. Now to get up here to Sutton, you got quite a few hills. So then you realise your cycling legs are not as fit as they should be. But yeah, this is what we're coming on to now, and you'll see where I was aiming at. And there you go. That's where we're going to be heading. And I'll show you the housing estate and the left hand side now. I'll pull over and show you. But what a day for it. But you see Bow Power Station in the background now, and that's actually defunct now. But see where the new houses run, you can see them running along. If you look along there, they go in a line, and that's where the railway line used to lead. And as you can see, there's Dream just up on top, but we'll not be going up on Dream today, we'll be bypassing Dream. And I'll keep this part running until we get onto the onto Dream. And show you some more where the line ran to, and I'll give you some history and dates as well when I get there as well. But look at that for a dog walk, absolutely brilliant. But there you can just see Dream in your top corner there, heading up. That takes you right up, and that's a good view, that, when you get on top of Dream, and you can see right over the M62. And they're on about lighting that up actually at night, and I think that'll be good, you know. The only problem is you get a lot of vandalism around there, so it's probably be policing it really, but I'm sure they could light it up, and there is talk of that as well, so I hope that happens, because you know, you're going down the M62 and you're seeing that lit up, that'd be brilliant. St Michael's and All Angels Church. Again, nice to see these old churches as well, they're still here. There's a public footpath it takes you up to Dream as well. But we're going to stick to this route this morning because I'm cycling one-handed and trying to look on my camera as well, so I don't want to be going over all the bumps. But this will take you in. If you look over there, there's the Roman Catholic Church on your right. Been there many years, and my brother got married in there, and I always remember when he got married it was winter and my dad was going mad because the church hadn't put the heating on, and he was asking my brother after, did you pay for the heating, you know, tickling my dad, you know. And he had paid for the heating and he hadn't turned it on. But this is where it brings you out now, and if you're looking what, oh no, a co-op truck going in. How good a feeling's that when you see a co-op truck going into somewhere, and you know that's going to be a delivery today in a co-op store, and they've probably got 2 staff to bang it all out, serve customers and do everything else. Do you not miss them days? I'd rather have days like this. But yeah, this was all funded. They got a government grant for these cycle paths leading up to Dream, and this comes all the way from Shirley Park all the way in to Dream. There's the parking for the Dream, and if you look across there, that's the King George playing field. If you remember, I did the walk to Lee Green Station. That is right over there on Lee Green Station, and you can run straight into Dream from Lee Green Station. How good's that? And there we go, this is where you start it. Bit of information there, tells you all about the collieries and how this was set up. I've done that many times, and I used to love coming up here with Prince. He used to do this regular on a Sunday, and it's great for dog walkers and cyclists. And I tell you what, if you want to get your fitness up on your bike, come round Dream and do a few laps of it, especially on the hills. I'm going to keep this running until we get onto the second stage of where the line ran. But if you look across now and you see all the trees on your left hand side, there's always a giveaway. That's where the line ran in from St Helens. So this left hand side here, this is where the line would have come over from Clockface, and we'll follow that round, and it actually picks up where you can actually see the line bed where it came in. Like I said, what a morning for it. I just flipped the camera back here, and if you're wondering what all the wall is there, that's where the colliery was, and a lot of the shafts took the miners down, because where you go right there where the gates come in, this is where you would have seen all the big wheels in the sky with the pulleys on, and they've all been concreted and landfilled now. But you can just see some of the embankments up here, and I've done this so many times on Dream, and I've not got it on my YouTube vlog Dream, but I could dig it out of my galleries. I've done it so many times. But the line we're looking for is on that left hand side. So like all sorts, when you get on these walks, you get overwhelmed with things that you see, and things come back to mind. But you get a lot of dog walkers down here on a Sunday because it's a cracking walk. Keep it going. Hello! Well, this is where we're heading. And if you look left now, you can see where all the vegetation has grown up. That is where the line runs along now, coming in from Clockface. But on your mountain bike it's great because where this walk could take you probably a couple of hours walking from my house at Shersley Park, you can actually just hit it on your bike. But Dream, they've done a cracking job on it, a real good job. And if you look on the right all the way down, they've left like a gully all the way around the top of Dream, and that's to make sure you don't get a lot of flooding. And these cycle paths, very rarely do you see them flooded, even in winter. But what a cracking job. And here we go, we're still following the line. Keep looking on the left. That's where you'll see the line come in. Oh, nice to see a rough collie. But there you go, that's what leads you up to Dream. See where the two people are walking now. Now I've done this on my bike and done a couple of circuits. That really gets your fitness up that hill, and I tell you what, you're in high gear, and when you get to the top of there, especially after a Friday night and too many pints, you realise how unfit you are. But I'm not going that way today, thank God. If you're wondering where that leads, that will actually lead you back into Clockface. It's another way in past the housing estate. But we're looking at the left here now, and we're just following the trail on the St Helens to Runcorn Gap. And again, just look how things just overgrow so fast. And I know a lot of, on your right, all these, when the colliery was shut. I'll give you all the dates on that because some interesting facts. As well as the railway, I did look up about the colliery and everything, so when I stop for a breather I'll give you all the dates. But so a lot of these were planted when they did Dream, and it's all coming up now. It's really good to see. But there you go, there's a classic sign of the railway. And there you go, do you see the embankment? Show you a bit more there. If you look now and you see the embankment, how low it is, sorry, the line, how low it is, and either side you've got an embankment coming up. Now originally this would have been two lines, so they've obviously raised it on this side, but that's where the line ran from Clockface. And if you just look over there now, that's going down Clockface Road. For those who know St Helens will know where it is. So here it is, this is where the line ran all the way to Ditton Junction in Widnes, and we're heading towards Ditton Junction this morning. It's a bit of a trek on the bike, but it's quicker than walking. And see the steps there, that's because it's a footpath leading over. You can actually get in from that on Clockface Road. But just look at the you can actually see the line now and see how much deeper it goes as you go in. And there's nothing left, there's no I've walked that as well, and there's nothing left. All the sleepers and everything have all been taken up. I'm very lucky to find something along here. But what a good job they've done on it, and this is what they need to do on the Morrison stretch. Get a cycle path in like this, it'd be brilliant. Take you all the way into St Helens. And here we go, it's still going now, as you can see. As I said, they put the big, like gullies in really, it catches all the water. but it's also for the wildlife as well. Now look how much time we've got on the camera when I get to the second part, really, that leads you into Widnes. But there you go, if you see how deep it's gone now, looking at it, and that's filled up with water since that once have been filled up with water. But look how deep that goes now, and you can see why, because you're coming up to a bridge. And here it is, there's the first bridge that you'll see. But what a morning for it. Morning. You alright, mate? But that's where the line would have come in from St Helens, and I'm going to get off my bike here for a bit and I'll show you the line. It's obviously flooded since, and that goes the M62. If you go that way, that'll set you up to Sutton Manor. But just look at all the wildlife, how it's all grown and it's just taken over, you know. But all this was planted when they did drain. What a good job they've done of it. What a good job. But I'll carry on and I'll show you further down. But there it is, there's the line going in. As you can see, this is where it stops. New bridge here, and that'll take you to Widnes town centre, about 4 miles. So if you're going to pick up the Trans-Pennine Way waterfront, that's where you hit it. But I'm just going to get a shot of down the line, and you can see, if you look there now, just follow your camera all the way down the line. That'll take you to Clockface Bridge, where we've just come. But what a good job they've done of this. What a good job. Absolutely brilliant. And we're going to be finding Bowl Bridge this morning as well, 5 arch bridge, and I'm going to keep it going till I get near it, because I've got about 35 minutes I can record on my camera before it cuts out. So I'll keep it going as near as I can, and we'll probably hit it actually. But this is a new bridge that they put on for the M62. But when you come on all these walkways now, or cycle paths, they always put these in to stop motorbikers scrambling down at speed. And again, Bowl Bridge will be the second bridge as we go down. But again, one of the old bridges. Not got dates for this one, because it's not really a landmark as such, although it was there when the railway was here. It's Bowl Bridge that we've come to find. But if you look now, as we're cycling down this path, what do you see? How high up either side is. And you know why that is, because we're on the track. We're on the St Helens Runcorn Gap original line. And this would have took us all the way into Widnes. But what a good job they've done on it, you know. And when I see things like this, it really gets me passionate about it, really. And you can call St Helens Council for a lot of things, but for Dream, I think they've done a good job on it, and I'll give them praise on this one. I'll give them a bit of praise, because when I get to Bowl Bridge, I'm going to slag them off, because what they did to Bowl Bridge was unforgivable, really. Typical cost cutting. I'll tell you more about it when I get near Bowl Bridge. But hats off to St Helens Council for this one. They have done a cracking job. Again, yet another cycle stopper. There we go. Morning. And like I say, you're on the original line here now, which is great, you know. But you'd be very lucky to find any of the old rail mobilia, because it's all been took up. And if there was anything down here, you know, 10 or 15 years, 20 years ago, you know, you might have found the odd relic and stuff, but not now. It's long gone, long gone. And as you can see, if my map's right, I've not studied it long this morning because I knew where it was coming, but this should be Bow Bridge, 5-arch bridge, and there's a lot of history to this bridge as well. Grade 2 listed building as well. I'll show you more of the facts when we get near to it. I've got about 10 minutes left on this vlog, so I should just about get there, and then I'll give you some history on it. Oh. Like I say, you can't get the idea of these is you stop the motorbikes flying down, and so you can see why they do it, but it's all linked in, bold. If you go that way, it'll take you up to Widnes. Go that way, and the right away walks, these you can actually go across them, and some of the farmers don't like you doing it, but they can't stop you because they're access paths. As you can see, we're in the fields this morning. Oh. There we go, back on the bike. That's that. He's getting himself sorted. Because when you come out on these bike rides, you get so much in your pockets, sunglasses, and but here we go. This is what we've come to find, as well as doing this line to finish off the track. But I tell you what, this is enjoyable this morning, especially after 40 minutes through vegetation last week. There you go, farmers out this morning, nice to see. Nice to see. But here we go, Bow Bridge. And I'm going to stop here and tell you a little bit of history about the old line, really. And I'm going to go air so red this one on this one. But there you go, St Helens to Runcorn Gap, 1833 1982, and a lot of history there. I'll leave this on and tells you all about it actually, but one of the most famous things about it that there you can see the first bridge over a railway in the world, and that's what we passed at Sutton, and we've done that. And it tells you all about 1918, Bow Bridge was bombed by German Zeppelin. And a lot of history, you know, a lot of history here. And that just gives you an idea where we've come this morning. We've come a lot further than that. A lot further than that. But there's the line, St Helens to Runcorn Gap, all the way. That will lead into St Helens through Clockface. But this is what we've come to find this morning. I'm going to park my bike up when I get here. I'm going to show you more in detail. And then we'll cut off and head towards Widnes. But there you go, this is Bow Bridge. I'll park the bike up here and then you can see it. See how long we've got that on the phone. Should probably just be about right really. But yeah, this is Bow Bridge, and this would have been 5 arches originally. If you look there, they've all been filled in. All been filled in. 1, 2, one in the middle, 3, 4, 5. All been filled in. You know, Why St Helens Council did that? You know, historic bridge, grade 2 listed building, and they filled the bloody thing in. You know, it really gets on your nerves. I'm not going to swear on my blog, but it really does get on your nerves, that actually. It really does, because they should have kept that open, to be honest with you. And you know, just look at the stonework on it, you know, absolutely brilliant. But why fill it in? Typical St Helens Council. Morning. Morning. Only St Helens Council could do that. But yeah, this was a grade 2 listed building. This is now. And another thing St Helens Council did with this bridge, the guy who built it, 1832, this was built, this bridge, obviously for the St Helens and Runcorn Gap, and you can see where we're going. A John Curry, who actually built this bridge, and on this bridge somewhere he carved his name on the sandstone, and with a penknife. But what happens is you can just see some names that people have. You see, hear the echo now, just in it. And you could spend all day looking for his signature, but it was on here. But what St Helens Council did, they sandblasted it. They sandblasted the bridge to clean it all off, and lost a lot of the history of it, as well as filling it in. How stupid. They didn't need to sandblast it to get it that clean. What they did, they right sandblasted it, and they lost a lot of the signatures. Sad. You know, 2008 they did that, but then they filled it in. But yeah, Bold Bridge, like I say, you've seen the history of it. It was actually bombed, tried to bomb by a Zeppelin in the World Wars, and luckily it got damaged, but they didn't get it. And if you look on a lot of the sides, you can actually see bullet holes where in the Second World War it tried to get bombed as well, and the reason that was, it's because it's on heading towards Widnes, and they thought it was taking goods to the docks to Liverpool, and it probably was. So it never actually got hit, it got away with it, which is good, you know. But so nice to see. But just a pity about the arches, really. They should leave stuff like that, St Helens Council. But there's no money, unfortunately, these days. But I'm just so glad they've opened it up, which is good. Anyway, I'm going to cut off and carry on the journey and do it as a second part of this. But this is where we've come this morning. Bit of a trek, but it's nice on the mountain bike. I'll tell you more about the history of the line. But first, Bold Bridge. If you want to come and find it, pick it up on Dream. And you know, if you want to do this walk it. And if you go right to the end here and take it virtually into Widnes, if you go left, there's a nice garden centre there. And you know what, they do a cracking breakfast on a Sunday. And just by chance, that's where I think I'll be heading when we get down the line. But cutting off from here, I'll carry on again when we get to the second part. But like I said, this is where we come. We found Bold Bridge, and I'll see you in the second part on Mark's Railway Trails.